I would kill a small village of people to get my hands on this apple pie or pumpkin pie concoction that Freddy's is cooking up. That thing looks good. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Dane. Don't know why I entered it like that. I've never done that before. Yeah, we have a pretty good episode. I have a lot written down. And I want to first say that I have an important poll that I need people to participate in. We're running our own November election. It's a tight race. People keep voting. But yeah, it's a really tight race. And I need people to vote in this. We have 4 candidates. From the Independent Party, we have House. From the Jalambis Party, we have Jorb Plingus. The Republican Party, we have Ross. And then on the Democratic ticket, Daniel Troff. Personally, even though I voted for Plingus, I'm riding for Daniel Troff. So, hopefully we can get those votes in, get them counted. And yeah. Please participate in this poll. I just really want people to participate in it for no reason. I'm already dying. My candidacy is not looking good. What? Whose candidacy? So, we have a lot of stuff on the docket. Something that's very timely. Just America's favorite holiday. Great deals on mattresses. 9/11. I really hope people get that mattress joke. 9/11's coming up, and of course, every time 9/11 rolls around, I get on my obsession with 9/11 train, and I start watching documentaries and looking up if there's any new lost footage and all that stuff. There is some new lost footage. Apparently, there's I don't know how new it is, but it's footage I've never seen. I'm sure it's not that new. It's footage of the first tower collapsing, so warning, we're going to be watching 9/11 footage. When the South Tower collapsed, I never saw this angle, and so I never knew that you can still see the center column standing before it eventually collapses too. And it's really eerie, it's really creepy. The way that the Twin Towers were built was that they were steel structures with a column in the middle, like a concrete steel column in the middle, and that's where all the staircases were. And when the tower collapsed, not the entire remaining staircase collapsed immediately. And, the South Tower is famous for having the one emergency staircase, meaning that people above the impact site some people were able to escape from above the impact site due to that staircase still working. And you can see in this angle of the collapse footage that it's still standing for a couple minutes after. So here's the footage of the South Tower collapsing. And look, right there. That spike coming out of the building. That's one of the center columns still standing. How crazy is that? I've never seen that angle. Yeah, that's insane to me. I've never seen that angle of the Twin Towers collapsing. And yes, top comment. First time I see the entire the center structure, probably elevator shafts and staircase, keep standing. From all of their footage, I've seen this as the first one. Yeah, I had no idea. How nuts is that? There's another post on the 9/11 archive subreddit. This is an older post where this guy talks about when he was working as a dispatcher for AAA on August 1st, 2001. he spoke to a member who locked his keys in his car. That member turned out to be one of the pilots on 9/11, Mohammed Atta. And yeah, he has this this like bill on here, like this statement describing the car. How crazy is that? Man. So yeah, I just thought that was kind of nuts that this guy actually serviced this guy. There's another dude saying that, I wonder if it's actually in the comments still. Similarly, I regularly served the younger brother at Dunkin' Donuts many times before the Boston Marathon bombings. Man, I mean, you gotta say, I gotta say that's pretty nuts that people not only are in these situations, but then find out after the fact. Imagine the existential dread you would feel. I wonder how this guy dealt with the idea of, like, maybe blaming himself. Like, you know, that irrational thing of, like, oh, I should have stopped him. But, like, nothing would have tipped him off to what was to come. I had an interesting fact in the doc to say just randomly. No timing or anything, and I'll pull up the footage, I guess, to assist my interesting fact. So as far as I'm aware, there's only 2 pieces of footage. There's only 2 pieces of footage of the first tower hitting the first plane hitting the North Tower. And one of them is from the Naudet Brothers documentary. And so the story behind this documentary, it's one of the best documentaries I've ever watched for 9/11. It's these 2 French brothers who are filmmakers, and they go and do a documentary about a New York Fire Department station. And they're there for, like, the summer, and they're just filming, like, the everyday operations of a fire company. And one day they're like, we're going out to one of the brothers is like, all right, we're going out with the crew to check on, like, pressure lines in the sewer system, something like that. And they just so happen to have a line of sight to the Twin Towers, and he just so happened to capture the moment that the first plane hit the North Tower. And then the rest of the documentary turns into just about 9/11. And so, like, the first, like, 20 or so minutes are about this firehouse, and then the remainder of the documentary is about 9/11. And at one point, like, they even capture footage of what it was like in the South Tower, or in the North Tower lobby when the South Tower collapsed. They were in the North Tower when the South one collapsed. And the documentary, like, follows them. It follows the other brother walking the city looking for his brother, the one who wasn't with them when the towers were hit. He captures footage of the South Tower being hit, and then he also captures the moment when the towers collapse, and he's caught in the debris. So it's a good documentary. You should watch it. It's a CBS documentary because they sold it. And you can find the full thing on YouTube. It's pretty good. It's the Naudet Brothers 9/11 documentary.
So Pfeiffer, videotaping.
So here you go.
It was just another call. I'm riding with the battalion chief.
This is one of 2 pieces of footage of the first tower being hit. And the second piece of footage is like a grainy, laggy webcam or dash cam on a car that was on the freeway. So this is pretty much our only, like, clear footage of it.
It was basically camera practice. See, Jules had only been shooting for a few weeks. Before that, Gideon was the main cameraman.
Every time the battalion goes, I go.
Oh, that's crazy, actually. I didn't know that
practice,
detail.
So.
These guys won awards for this.
No, I don't stop.
Pay attention to the sound, too. Oh, that's so eerie. The shot of the Twin Towers right before. Oh, that's so eerie. Pay attention to the noise.
We checked the area with meters, and it was kind of routine and pretty simple.
It was 8:46 in the morning.
And then we heard a plane come over, and in Manhattan, you don't hear planes too often, especially loud ones.
How eerie is that?
Right then and there, I knew that this was gonna.
Man. Also, that guy going, holy shit. That's like in my brain. Forever. Every time I hear somebody say holy shit, I think of that. And there's also the clip of the South Tower being hit where the guy's like, holy fuck! And the woman's like, oh my god! Like, that's also burned into my brain. Another good thing to watch is the Howard Stern show that day and how that all unfolded. And just keep in mind, try hard to block this out while you're listening, because a lot of Americans were thinking like this at the time, and it's wrong. Like, we know it's objectively wrong now for that to be the case, but at the time, like, they were like, it's terrorists, we gotta go over there, we gotta blow those people up. And they kept saying, like, those people. And then one caller lets it slip, and he's like, these freaking Arabs. Like, you just have to kind of get past all of those parts to kind of get to, like, just hearing, like, raw reactions from people. I mean, there's even a few videos of the South Tower being hit where you can immediately hear people going, this is freaking terrorists, man. This is freaking terrorists. And, you know, Howard Stern was in New York, so it makes sense why they would all be like, yeah, we gotta go over to the Middle East and do a forever war. Like, obviously they weren't thinking clearly on that day. And a lot of them did start to think clearly and kept those opinions, but it's still interesting nonetheless. So, with caution, watch the Howard Stern recordings from that day. Tonal shift. Tonal shift time. I want to talk about lost media briefly. Nothing crazy. When I was a kid, I used to watch, and I've talked about this before, but I want to bring it back up because I have another thing I want to add on to it now. Also, my eye looks irritated. I was having allergies last night and it won't stop shedding tears. I'm just that devastated over the images of 9/11. An event that I was not alive for. So, that's why I'm crying. No, it's allergies. It just looks rough. Because this is all oily and wet now, and it's reflecting in the shot. Anyways. I want to talk about lost media. When I was a kid, I used to watch a Minecraft SMP series called GLG Craft. And finally, I decided, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to find any footage of this. So So I made a cry for help. I went to Reddit. The grossest statement I could have possibly just now said. I went to Reddit and I made a post saying partially lost GLG Craft Minecraft series from early 2010s. And I, said this is the playlist of the found content. Here they are. I've had this playlist saved forever. Why isn't it? Oh, because I'm signed out. I've had this playlist saved forever. And man, it's just such a...
What is up?
It's such a throwback.
My good-looking gamers, XRPM X13, the incredibly good-looking gamer, coming at you with GLG Craft. All right, welcome back to GLG Craft, all my good-looking gamers, XRPM X13, and who do we have here?
XRPM
Where's the money? Where's the money?
It's been too long too long. Ryan, why you no record with Lane anymore? Why you no record with David anymore? They got real life jobs, yo.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Make it that big,
my
though.
ears.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been so long since I've been on the Mince Raft server. You guys gotta like show me the up and ups and what you guys have been doing.
All right, so basically, Lane, we haven't done it.
This is so nostalgic for me. Oh my god. You can tell that I've like really modeled my early Minecraft videos after these. You can tell that Danecraft 1 and 2 were somewhat modeled after these, as well as other mod pack series, and then even the survival series and the modded Minecraft series are loosely based on this. I mean, obviously they're live and they're longer. He used to do these straight up recording them, split them into chunks, like 20 to 30 minute chunks. And that's why there's so many episodes. But, you know, for me, obviously, you know, I'm doing it live, so I do like 2 to 3 hour long chunks of the series. But I tried to model it like the way that I construct bases. The reason why I'm obsessed with mushroom biomes so much is because of this guy. His base went from being in this mountain to being in a mushroom biome with like redstone doors and all this cool stuff. He had a really cool concept where he'd write down his fans' names on the wall, which is something that I did in Danecraft 1. And even his outro music, which I'll show in a second, that I've used that music a lot. This actually looks like it is a different iteration of the Mushroom House. But there's also this concept, which I love the idea of.
It is always really...
It's what's inspired the recent Nether Hub thing that I've tried to do.
Dude, why are the
Diamond
Ender
diamonds,
Dude,
if
the Ender
anyone
Pearls
needs
aren't working anymore.
Huh?
What?
I'm trying to Ender Pearl.
How do you have ender pearls?
I have an Ender Pearl. Oh yeah, the Ender Farm I think is fixed. Dard fixed it. You guys want to go check that
No
out?
way. Yeah. Let's go do that.
Yeah, apparently it's working now. I don't know.
Hey Lane, can you give me a boost? Just kidding.
Okay, I'm gonna come too.
All right, so
Oh
we'll do
yeah,
that,
and they
and
would
then we'll
put
try to
slabs so mobs wouldn't spawn on the track. Oh man.
Good old Dart, eh?
Yeah,
Comes
but-
on the server, fixes the ender farm.
Anyway, so this is I was about to get so distracted and just start watching the series. Oh yeah. Let me play the outro. This is another cool thing. They had an Enderman farm.
So
in
they
the
get
end.
angry. I don't think they can teleport. Oh no, wait! You just
No,
punch
you kill 'em.
Die.
Don't hit him. Don't hit him. That one teleported. Wow.
Kills all of us. Ninja teleport. Enderman.
Dude, this is crazy.
Oh my god. This is gonna be such fast XP.
You know how long it took me to find that song before I knew how to use Shazam? I searched to the ends of the earth for that song. But yeah, so I linked the playlist. I linked another Reddit post talking about it. Bringing it up on the Minecraft subreddit. I linked to his YouTube channel, which is pretty much wiped at this point. Even his second channel doesn't really have much on it, and it's 5 years old at this point. Damn, 5 years ago was 2019? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm old. But yeah, so this is my Lost Media cry out. Please, if anybody has footage of this Minecraft series, I want it. Please. And then the other Lost Media thing I've been looking into, when I was a kid, I used to get on my little Windows XP computer and go online and look for free games to play. And I used to love Lego, and I loved Star Wars at the time, and I was like, I want to play a Lego Star Wars game. And so I would go and look for web games that were Lego Star Wars based. And if you're a Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars fan, you might remember this if you were online at the time. If you're too young, then you don't remember this. This is more of an appeal to people who are significantly older than me, because I was given unfettered access to the internet as a kid. So this will not be relatable to kids that did not have this kind of access to the internet. If you're older than me, like a 90s kid, you might remember this. Here's the beginning of it. A post to the Lost Media Archive about a Star Wars The Clone Wars, Lego Star Wars 3 The Clone Wars beta. It's an MMO that they made for a web game that lasted for 2 years and 2 months. Surprisingly, lasted into the Disney era a little bit. And there's really not much on this webpage. And, you know, like, oh, here's an archived thing of it? Really? Might not even work. No way. Oh my god. Dude, this is awesome. I guess I need Flash Player to actually use this. But yeah, this is a 2D like MMO type of game. And I played it as a kid a lot. And I was like, for years I had been wondering what that game was. I didn't know it was officially licensed. I thought it was just like a Lego game that had Clone Wars elements. And I had already started playing Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars by the time I started playing that beta game, because I think the game had already come out by that point. But it was really fun. And finally I figured out that it was Star Wars The Clone Wars beta for the Lego game. And so I start looking into it more. Here's somebody posting about it on the Lego Star Wars video game subreddit. Dude, I'm like full on crying now. Oh, this is nuts. Oh my god, why am I crying so much? My right eye is crying too. Maybe I'm just so struck by this nostalgic lost media. So, this is the Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars beta game. If you've played it, you probably just went by remembering what this is. And you would like choose a name, and then you would run around as a Jedi or a clone. And it was really fun. I really like it. A lot of people, you know, have been talking about it on here. I don't know what this link is going to take me to. I'm sure it's a dead link, but seriously, I'm like shedding tears. Maybe I'm just that emotional about some lost media. But yeah, so then I will... Oh, he linked a YouTube video. But the only... Oh, oh my god, he actually has footage of it. I haven't seen this video yet. This was not linked in my doc. Is this like a music video? Oh my god. It is. Oh man. Oh, they're cheat codes! They're cheat codes! To unlock other characters. Oh man, that's cool. I didn't know that. Ah, dude, I wonder if he has any other videos about this game. Oh, his videos are so old. He even has a Happy Wheels video. That's awesome. This is footage of him actually playing the game. Christ. Just him going over achievements. Dude, that's so awesome. I didn't know there was actual footage of it anywhere. I thought it was completely lost. Well, that's cool. Eat Your Heart Out restoration project. That's right. There's somebody that is making a restoration project. Here's an article about should we bring back the Clone Wars beta. This was in light of The Force Awakens coming out. And somebody saying that they miss the Clone Wars beta. What is happening? Oh, it's an ad. But, let me cut to the chase. There's a Lost Media Wiki article on it. And I believe they are... Ooh. Lost online companion activities. You know, this game probably would have actually stayed up if Disney didn't buy Lucasfilm. They probably would have kept the game up. Here's the restoration project, I believe. Yeah. Lego Star Wars 3 website beta restore. So here's the restoration project. And yeah. Best of luck bringing it back. I did join their Discord. So, you know, I will be updating y'all on any updates on this, but yeah. God, I miss that game, dude. I played it as a kid so much, and I could never really, like, figure it out too well either. I was a really dumb kid. It is really weird to me that I would go online, I would scrape the internet for games to play. Meanwhile, I had a Wii console in the living room, and I had a 3DS and a DSi XL. I had Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars for the DS. I had Lego Star Wars for the DS. I had a lot of Lego games. I couldn't have just played one of those. I had My Sims. Speaking of My Sims, oh my god, what a transition. I don't ever watch any of the Nintendo Directs anymore because I'm just waiting for a Switch 2 announcement. So I don't really watch any of the indie ones, unfortunately. I should have watched this latest one. They announced a bundle pack of My Sims and My Sims Kingdom for the Switch. Unfortunately, this seems that the DS versions are officially dead at this point because those are the versions that I played. But nonetheless, this is super exciting. They announced a bundle pack of My Sims and My Sims Kingdom with HD graphics for the Nintendo Switch. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for it. You know how much I played My Sims as a kid? I still have the only one I can find is My Sims Agents. I don't know if I've found My Sims yet. But I'm excited. I'm hyped. So let's do another topic change. Like I said, we have a packed episode, and I'm kind of flying through these. But one of these is going to take a long time, so I have a topic about multi-channel networks. Exciting, exhilarating. And I got to say, I remembered somebody brought up Omnia Media, which is a multi-channel network that was popular in like the early 2010s, or late 2010s, mid to late 2010s. I remember I had a plugin where I could see what channel networks channels were affiliated with. And I remember like Pyrocynical was affiliated with Omnia Media. So I went to Omnia Media. I was like, hey, I want to apply. And I kept refreshing my inbox every day. No reply. I think they just didn't want anything to do with a smaller channel like me. And I'm glad it never went through because apparently they've been going bankrupt, according to this post. We're going to have a lot of Reddit sources today. Sorry, folks. According to this post, they have not been paid since December. This was a post made in May. You know, people all talking about it. CoffeeZilla's talked about it. And, yeah, I'm glad I never partnered with Omnia Media. But it reminded me of a multi-channel network that I did partner with in 2015. From June 2015 to November that same year, I was partnered with a little tiny multi-channel network. I kind of let it slip there. Multi-channel network called Machinima. And I have the contract still. I still have yet to go through it and redact info that's personal, because I want to release the contract and show what a machinima contract looked like, even though I'm sure people know what a machinima contract looks like at this point, with the company so publicly going under. But I was in that network and they would not let me monetize my stuff. They took away my monetization rights. I didn't have ads that whole year pretty much. And I was really bumping with AdRev. AdRev used to be really good back then and used to be very available to small channels like mine. They like disabled my monetization. They would not speak to me. They were really weird about how my videos were coming out. Like, they gave me the ability to create shows on my channel, and I tried to do that, and then they would just like reverse it and take it away randomly, and I'd have to redo the whole process. And eventually, exactly 6 months in, I went to YouTube directly, and I was like, look, they're fucking me on this contract. And then I let it slip. I went, just so you guys know, I'm a minor. And immediately, I'm sure at YouTube that set off alarm bells for them. Where they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Machinima just had a 13-year-old signed a contract with them. And so, as a result, they terminated my contract forcefully with Machinima. They went to Machinima and were like, fuck you. And they ended the partnership. Because, you know, multi-channel networks used to have a box in your YouTube dashboard for, like, if you're affiliated with them or not. And you couldn't get rid of them unless YouTube gave you the ability to. And so they, like, went in and basically just removed it out of that part of my channel. And then I was officially unaffiliated at that point. So, yeah, that was awesome. I was with Machinima for 6 months. Did not have a good experience with them. The only thing that came out of Machinima that I liked that they, I think, canceled was Machinima ETC. And those guys are still making videos today on their own channels. Like, on their own channel. I love those guys. But I'm gonna try to find my old where's my old media folder? I have the Machinima like things. Videos, old intros and outros. And I sure have a lot of variants of my intros. I have my old class intro. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, where is it? Machinima intro 1, 2, and 3. Let's do 3. Oh, that one's quiet. I know it's muted. That was when they were doing their Heroes Rise things. I think they were doing like comic books and stuff. Yeah, that was the other one that I would use sometimes. I had to like put the logo in my banner. I had to put it in my about section. I had to put the link to their thing in there, like all that stuff. I had to really affiliate myself with them. Here's that one's probably the more popular one. The first and the second one are the most popular. The third one came from an era where their channel was dying, and their network was literally going away. The Machinima, like everybody remembers the Little Whisper. And yeah, I used to be affiliated with Machinima. And sorry, I got a text about something. And yeah, it was not a fun experience. It's something that I don't really talk about very often because I don't know how much I can talk about it. And I try to keep, I mean, the company's gone, so I'm sure I can say whatever I want about it, but, you know, like that brand is done. I was not a fan of them. Their videos weren't very good. They wiped Machinima ETC, which is super fucked up, because I used to watch them a lot. I still remember their episode where they were speculating on what the name of Star Wars Episode 7 would be. I think that came out in like 2014. I remember their video explaining 60 FPS on YouTube when they introduced that feature. In 2014, it was like, they're like, here's how it works. Here's what the difference between this kind of footage and this kind of footage is. Here's what it means for gaming on YouTube. It's a good thing. People that are saying it's not a good thing, you know, they're wrong and all that stuff. And yeah, I miss that channel specifically, the ETC one, but the rest of Machinima, go fuck yourself. I hated that network. Do not partner with MCN, folks. You don't need it. You really don't. You know, partner with an ad agency if you get big enough, you know, so you can get like sponsors and stuff. You do not need a multi-channel network, not in the modern age. It's like how I keep saying artists don't need a label for their music anymore. Like, the internet has made it where that is an obsolete business model, and whatnot. The fact that people don't realize that is kind of crazy, but you don't need those. You don't need a multi-channel network. At most, get an independent like manager or ad agency that will feed you ads and feed you collabs. Do not get somebody who has control over what you produce. Just get someone who will assist you, a partner, not an overlord. So here's the part where I talk about 3 of my favorite Reddit posts, because I couldn't find the rest. But I've had some of these archived for a while, and some of these are ones that I just think are absolutely hilarious that I shared a while back. First, I want to show this video of someone taking a package off a truck, because I think it is absolutely hilarious. Dude, what was in that box? I want to know what was in that box. That's insane. Oh, I love that post so much. Somebody said they were fine after that. I thought they would have been blown into pieces, and somebody was like, somebody was just talking about it. It is kind of nuts that that person was just totally fine afterwards. Oh my god, dude. So here's the other post that I really like. This is a post on r/paranormal. And this is one of my favorite posts because of how creepy it is. And I don't know how true it is, but there is a photo attached. And he said, I took this photo in 2014 on what I can remember was an iPhone 3GS/6. No front camera. What? I shared this with some other commenters on Reddit lately and decided that it'd be about time I share it with this Reddit. So, my entire family was sitting in the closed lounge room watching a movie, and as a young girl, I just took photos of everything, so I randomly snapped a picture of my dad from behind my head. As soon as I looked at the photo, I remember the distinct confusion, how I looked around the room, making sure that everybody was in here with me. And then I asked if my brother had somehow pranked me. Everyone else got really confused too, so I showed them the photo, and it's like everyone simultaneously lost their souls at once. I hate this photo, I really do. I hate looking at it, and I avoid it as much as possible, which is ironic for this post. The glass door that the face is looking through is frosted and doesn't reflect anything or show anything from the other side, which has always confused me. Also, the front door is right behind my dad, so it's impossible to fit a full sideways person there. Nobody could ever find a logical approach to this. It sounds cheesy, but my family Do not have a history of paranormal interactions and stories, but this is the main family ghost story. Happy to answer any questions. To clarify, I took this photo in 2014. It blew up in 2017. I am the OP. Yes, it is me. I didn't steal this. The photo frame to the right isn't being reflected. That's just a framed, signed copy of a disc from my dad's favorite band. Click the link at the top and turn your phone sideways. The face is unfamiliar, totally unrecognizable to me. They have an enhanced photo too. So here's the photo. Creepy as hell. Tell me that isn't creepy. How horrifying is that, dude? I've shown this photo to my girlfriend and it literally freaks her out. I've never seen her get freaked out by a photo before. This genuinely gives her, like, dread. This gives her dread. So, ugh, I hate this photo. And they have an enhanced version too that's also pretty creepy. Oh, the photo's gone. Oh man, the enhanced one's gone. Well, anyways, this is the actual photo, so I'm glad this is still here. Because that would have sucked if this went away. Yeah, what do we think? What do we think? It kind of looks like the face of a woman, if not just like a dude with his eyes closed, but it mostly kind of looks like a woman. Almost. This is obviously a Foo Fighters record, by the way. I don't know what people are talking about. God, that's just so unsettling. Yeah, let me know what you think about that. This is one of my favorite posts on this subreddit, so I've had it bookmarked for a long time. The other one that I really like is this one. I'm a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service. I have some stories to tell. It won the best monthly winner of 2015. It's on the No Sleep sub. It has a lot of upvotes. It's super popular. It's really long. And there are a lot of updates too, I believe. Yeah, there's like a part 2, a part 3, all that stuff. If you don't want to read it yourself, I have good news. A really long time ago, long time ago in 2016, I was a fan of a YouTuber called, a little lesser known YouTuber named Corpse Husband. And I believe he's MIA now because of stalker situations. And he's a little bit more known as being like the Among Us YouTuber that plays with like all the popular people. But he used to be a huge horror YouTuber. And that's why I was subbed to him in the first place. Dang, he really didn't make that many videos. He kind of stopped around 3 years ago. His last one was 3 True Scary Stories. They were really popular too. But I can see why he would pivot to Among Us when he's getting like 30 million views a video. One of his most popular videos for me is this one, where the thumbnail is a set of stairs in the woods.
Just to state a couple things before this starts, these entries are all written by the same person. There will be a transition on screen between each story. I wasn't sure where else to post these stories, so I figured I'd share them here. I've been a search and rescue officer for a few years now, and
you should watch this video. It's really good. And yeah, he reads the entire Reddit post. It's really good. I really like it. So moving on. Another topic shift. We have 2 more topics, and then we have my fun fact of the episode. Jesse Waters is the Tucker Carlson replacement on Fox News. And I wasn't going to talk about politics very much this week. At least not on this episode, maybe on the next episode. But I have to talk about this because it's very timely, and it's kind of hilarious, and also kind of gross. And there's also a compilation in here of him being gross in general. So let me pull this up. Please still be up. Don't be deleted. Okay. Did I save the compilation too?
This is where the president.
I hope I did. I did not save the compilation. So there's a few clips of this where Jesse Waters has gone on Fox News. And yeah, here's the montage. Okay. So we'll watch the montage after. So Jesse Waters went on Fox News on the 5. He's one of the 5. Talking about Kamala Harris's record in the room full of generals. And I will let the clip speak for itself.
The president has his most impact. You have a lot of room to maneuver there as commander-in-chief. We don't know who she is. We don't know what she believes. She's going to get paralyzed in the Situation Room while the generals have their way with her. Right now,
Jesse Waters.
Jesse, I don't like that.
Figuratively,
Take
again,
it back.
have their way with her, control her, not in a sexual way. This is where the president.
Now, this disgusting cretin obviously meant in a certain way. I mean, let's not get it twisted. He obviously meant it in a certain way. Here's him after.
That would be great. You know, like your sister does something and you're like speaking on behalf of the Waters family. I'm sure my mother was probably go on MSNBC tonight and said, my son, Jesse Waters, made a joke about Kamala Harris being manhandled by generals in the Situation Room, and he has desecrated the memory of our grandfather, and it's disgusting. I could see my mom doing that, and I wish I had a political dynasty so I could take shots as well.
We appreciate that. All right, you know what, Greg?
Yum. Gross. Here's him on Tuesday.
Have phones, and do they go to school with them?
Yes and no. What kind of emergency would it be where you couldn't just call the school?
Oh, my God.
Why do you need to call your child right then in math class? That never happens. You call. Okay.
Are you kidding?
Get him a beeper. All right.
Do the twins?
Makes a joke saying get the kid a beeper for when there's a school shooting instead of just a phone. I think kids probably should have a basic version of a phone on them to be able to contact their parents. You know how like in the dark I was? I just had to like hope my mom was picking me up from school if we had pre-agreed on it earlier in the day. So yeah, this is Jesse Waters' week so far. If you think that's only 2 days into the week. If you're watching this was last week. Somebody made a compilation of his gross statements towards women. This is a Twitter user named @DecodingFoxNews. And, you know, you might go like, oh, he was just saying that they're gonna trample over her decision-making in the room because she's a woman. You know, it's still sexist in nature. But, you know, saying that they're gonna have their way with her has a lot of gross undertones to it, and it's very, like, it's too close. People keep using terms that are misogynistic in nature. I don't know if they're doing it subconsciously or on purpose, or both, but, like, they weren't saying this about candidates before. I do find it kind of funny whenever people go, Kamala's edging Trump in the polls. That's when I'm like, okay. Like, I guess I didn't really notice how weird that statement is when it's like Biden is edging Trump in the polls or Trump is edging Biden in the polls. But like saying edging like that, I guess just triggers something in my brain where I'm like, oh, like that's kind of funny if you think about it the wrong way. Which almost, I wish I had noticed that when Biden was running, because them saying Trump is edging Biden, I mean, an old man's got to get what an old man needs to get. Anyways, I do find the gross language around people describing Kamala Harris's candidacy, I find it gross. And they're only saying these things because she's a woman.
Attention to comments I made on the show yesterday about VP Harris. People are misconstruing my comments to mean something inappropriate. I wasn't suggesting anything of a sexual nature. I was expressing my opinion that Vice President Harris's current leadership style could be an issue if elected.
So Jesse Waters is correct. Jesse Waters is responsible for what he says, and he is clarifying what he said. Bravo. But I'm going to give you a sample of why so many of us thought what he said was sexual.
When I was trying to get Emma to date me, first thing I did, let the air out of her tires. She couldn't go anywhere. She needed a lift. I said, hey, you need a lift? She hopped right in the car. Does she know this? It's a hooker convention.
I put it
That's one of
in
the
front
worst.
of Jesse.
That's one of the worst things he's ever said, by the way, is saying that the way that he got his current mistress, by the way, he cheated on his wife with that woman. The way that he got her was letting the air out of her tires and forcing her to have to ride with him. Super predatory.
Say, don't grab me, grab this floats, because we don't want a panicking victim to drown the lifeguard in the process.
What if I want to grab you?
Well, we'll talk about that later. Remember?
Janine, he's not going to give you mouth to mouth, no matter how much you're struggling.
Jesse, no.
Something about the way you say genitals, Judge.
Don't even go there.
Jesse?
Bell bottoms.
Oh,
really
please.
tight in the crotch.
Oh, my God.
Really just.
Jesse offered me a ride on the tractor, and I declined.
Yes. That was a euphemism.
You're gross.
I see a poll like this, and I get excited. That thrill just went down my leg. Permission to speak on behalf of high school girls. Sees shrinkage? I don't see shrinkage. This scandal's a grower, Ronaldo. Let's say you have a horrible sex life. Humans are driven by sex. Men want to mate. Women want to mate.
What are you craving right now?
Steak.
Ooh, right on.
I'm actually really hungry.
Wow, there you go. How about you, Jesse?
Sex. You have a signed copy on your way, Marianne, and you just devour that, you naughty little girl.
He's talking about Marianne Williamson in that clip. Oh, no.
Jesse?
Sex. You have a signed copy on your way, Marianne.
Marianne Williamson likes her free stuff so much, give her a copy of Get It Together.
And you just devour that, you naughty little girl.
Oh, no. Dude, that's so gross. What is wrong with him? Oh, God. It's like every iteration, dude. It's like it's like a pendulum on Fox News. You got Bill O'Reilly, who's a disgusting creep, racist, misogynist. You got Tucker Carlson, who's a white supremacist. Never really heard much of his misogyny rhetoric. I'm sure he had it though. And then Jesse Waters, who's a direct return to the Bill O'Reilly era. Just being disgusting and racist. And super misogynistic, it seems.
There's going to be no skydiving, no swimming with anything, no threesomes, no Mount Everest climb.
No threesomes.
No threesomes on Mount Everest. I don't understand.
That's what the Sherpa's for.
Yeah.
And last thing.
Okay, that one's just a joke. That one I don't really care about. But like the other ones that are directly about women, like that's what the Sherpas are for. Okay, that's a funny joke. Whatever. I'll give them that. That's all I'm going to give them. Everything else is disgusting.
Wear a condom. And then when she comes crawling.
What?
And last thing, wear a condom. And then when she comes crawling back on her hands and knees, begging to go out on a date, do I say, sure, fine, where do you want to go, Red Lobster? No. I let her squirm.
Oh, that one was bad. Dude. Ooh. Jesse needs to learn to shut the fuck up. Oh, dude, that was bad. Anyway, Jesse Waters is having quite the week, and that was a disgusting compilation. I knew about the tire story, too. Like, that's a really infamous story, because when he told it, everybody was like, gross? Yeah, that's, oh. So now we're going to watch a ton of cooking videos. I have been deep in the cooking video craze on YouTube. We're going to watch some cooking videos. I'm going to talk about ones that I like, ones that I don't like. I've been obsessed with like steak cooking videos with people showing off the meat that they've been making. I love it. So here we go. This dude has a filet mignon with butter. Like, this one looks good, but it's a little too raw. I wouldn't eat it personally. Too raw for my taste. We got this one, Wagyu in the Woods. This one's actually really cool. I really like this one. Oh, hell yeah. Mmm. That shit looks so good. And Wagyu is like super flavorful too. It has a lot of really good marbled fat and stuff. So I love Luke Foods. I follow him on TikTok. I followed him for about a year now, ever since the trying Indian food video that went viral, where he ate naan. He's actually the one that put me on to eating naan, and I really want to try naan with a garlic chicken too. I just have to find a good Indian place around me to try it, but from what I've seen, it looks delicious. And here he is eating Chili's food.
Let's try Chili's new secret menu items. We got the Triple Dipper with the brand new Nashville Hot Mozzarella Sticks with the Nashville Hot Chicken Crispers, and then we got their sliders. $20. $20 for an appetizer sampler? You out of your mind. What? But look at that. That was worth the $20. Oh, okay, that was worth the $20. Get it in there, Rance. This is incredible. It is nice and crispy, and there's so much cheese in there, and the sauce adds a little bit of nice spicy kick. The ranch cools it down. This is incredible. Next, the Nashville Hot Chicken Crispers. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Bro, oh man, Chili's getting their money worth. Look at all that meat. Yo, they are going band for band, man. Dang, Chili's, this was good. Solid 8.9.
I wish people would try, my only gripe with food review videos is when they try the food with the sauce and not without it. I want to see where people try food without dipping it in the sauce first. I feel like anytime I'm trying something new, I always try it without the sauce first, and then I go to dip after.
Out of 10. Let's try Chili's new secret menu items. We got the
Oh, he never ate the sliders on the short. I guess he did it on the TikTok. We have another meat cooking video. Oh, this is interesting. Ooh. Ooh. Little meat thermometer action. Awesome. Love that. This is kind of an ad, it feels like. Ooh. God, dude, look at that. Oh! Look at that. Wow. Bro, you can still talk to the cow. Please. These videos do err on the side of medium rare to almost raw. I will say that. And you'll see me say that throughout some of these videos, because some of these videos are like, okay, that's clearly just fucking raw. Like, this isn't. This is a nice medium rare. Looks delicious. I would eat it. Got a little T-bone action here. Ugh. The scraping the knife against the cutting board freaks me out. Grosses me out. Show the meat. Yeah, I mean, it's more medium rare than what I would be willing to eat. I'm like a good medium guy. I've had one cheeseburger that was medium rare, though, and oh my god, that was the best fucking cheeseburger I've ever had in my life. I ate it over 4 years ago, and I still remember what it tasted like. I went to, what was it? It's like Ford's Garage in Fort Myers, Florida. I went there, and I got a cheeseburger that had it like stamped into the top of the bun. I wonder if I could actually find a photo of it. I believe I did take a photo of it, but it was like the nicest, most flavorful, delicious cheeseburger I've ever eaten. Okay, it might actually be on my computer directly. This is gonna take me a second, but it'll be worth it. I need to show this cheeseburger. It was the only time I've ever eaten a medium rare cheeseburger. I think I ordered it medium, and they gave me a medium rare anyways. Yeah, here it is. Ford's Garage. Here you go. This is the burger. Now, looking at it nowadays, it doesn't look too great. The bun doesn't look great, but it was so good. It was so good. I got these potato wedges, which were delicious. I think this is a Virgin Shirley Temple, because I was only 18 at the time. But yeah, look at this burger, dude. Oh, man. They got it stamped in the top. My mom... We have Life 360 in my house. My mom texted me while I was there, being like, oh no, what's wrong with the car? She was like, what happened to your friend's car? I was like, this is a restaurant. Granted, it's the same Ford logo, and, you know, on the map, it looks like it's an actual mechanic shop. So I didn't blame her. I just thought it was hilarious that she mistaked it for a, for a garage that you fix cars in. But yeah, this was like one of the yummiest burgers I've ever had, and it was medium rare. So it kind of changed my perspective on burgers that are a little pink inside. I used to be really scared about that because I got food poisoning one time when I was a kid, eating something that was a little too red. But, you know, overall, I've warmed up. Get it? Warmed up. I've warmed up to the idea of medium rare. Anyways, let's continue with our meat videos. This is a honey mustard chicken sandwich. Hot take, I hate shredded lettuce. I hate any kind of lettuce on my sandwiches, but I hate shredded lettuce. Coleslaw. Like, you've already ruined it with the coleslaw. Also, God, that ending, dude. I remember when I previewed this before I put it in the playlist. Dude, the fucking shot of him eating the burger is crazy. I'm going. And then just fucking going down on that thing sexual style. You know what I mean? That's delicious looking. See, that's like perfect medium rare. I hate the shit where it's like still like you can like see the fucking muscle fibers and shit. Another one, Wagyu in the woods. Pretty good.
Steak taco.
I love this guy, Chef Kuso. I love him. He's awesome.
With ancho chili lime seasoning from scratch. Chop the limes, peel the skin on 2 of them, leave the skin on for the other 2. Poblano pepper, throw them in the dehydrator. 24 hours later, this is what they look like. Got gravel in the bottom. Now we're going with our dehydrated limes and our peppers. Definitely didn't blend it. 2 beautiful skirt steaks. Olive oil as the binder. Now we use our homemade seasoning. Generous with it. Steak down. Wow, look at that crust, baby. Greek yogurt, limes, cilantro, poblano, avocado, some water, olive oil, gravel. Blend it up. Onions are diced, cilantro's chopped. Now we just
That
mix it all
transition was
together.
really cool.
Toast the tortillas. Cut with the grain,
Look how
then cut
perfect that
against
is.
it. Perfect skirt steak. Wow. Oh man, that is beautiful. Easily one of the best skirt steaks I've ever made. I so badly wish you guys could try this. Tortilla, steak, loaded up, onion, cilantro, crema, homemade, cotija cheese. My God, I'm at a loss for words. That homemade seasoning, diabolical, man. I think I'm a taco guy over a sandwich guy.
This guy's awesome. He has his own line of seasonings too. I believe
Bottom. Later, this is what they look like. Got gravel in the bottom.
Kuso's gravel, Kuso's grass, and Kuso's dirt are 3 of the seasonings that I've seen that he has, and it's really interesting.
Dude,
does he have a link to like a website or something? Oh, it's weird that he doesn't link it. Bro sells the seasonings, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's sad that he doesn't link it though. Anyway, I love this guy. We're actually gonna skip through some of these. Like this one here, look, that's raw. That's gross. This also looks kind of raw. I'm not a fan of these.
If you find yourself with a $2,000 Parmesan wheel, start by carving out the center and get started on the homemade pasta. Mix in the eggs, knead, then give it an elbow for good measure. At which point, roll it out and slice for perfect linguine, then cook to al dente. Fancy pasta needs fancy Wagyu. Remove the cap and slice, then get it super crispy, caramelizing in a sweet Japanese dipping sauce. Add some flaming vodka to the wheel for a cheese base, then top with a light cream sauce. Crispy Wagyu gets tossed in for texture, followed by the rest of that medium rare steak. Top with Parmesan chopped fresh off the wheel. Simple, convenient, affordable, delicious. Wow.
In case you were wondering what to do with your $2,000 Wagyu or your $2,000 Parm wheel, that's what you should do with it. Yeah, like that's too raw for my taste.
Grilled appetizer ribs.
This
Got
looks
some pork spare
delicious.
ribs. These have been cut. You can use whatever seasoning you like. And grill these up. We're gonna flip every 5 minutes.
Oh man.
All right, now that I got the color that I wanted, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap these and get these tender. After about 30 minutes, I took them out. They're super tender. Now we're gonna go ahead and glaze them up and place them back on the grill. Grilled appetizer ribs.
Yo, they come right off the bone.
These are the strangest gills I've ever seen in my
I need more from the guy that Chef Kuso. I know those are in here.
Not
Yeah, here's some good. Isn't that satisfying?
Not only does this New Jersey fried
Oh, this video was interesting. I'll show this before I get to the Chef Kuso. Stuff like this. It's really weird that I'm into videos like this when I don't eat beef. So like I can't really eat any of these. God, I wish I could. God damn. Damn! I want it. After 2 bites, I'd be in the hospital, but I want it. That would definitely kill me. Like, I'm already pretty unhealthy. I've got some fat on me. I've got some titties. I've got some stomach meat. Got a lot of flab, despite all the muscle I've been building lately. This would kill me instantly. I would go into instant cardiac arrest. I can feel the heartburn I would get from this. I used to get crazy heartburn when I was eating beef all the time. It's interesting. This guy, the only thing I don't like about these videos is when he goes, "That's money." I don't know why. It just scratches a part of my brain that makes me go, "Ew." Other than that, though, I like his videos.
That's money.
Yeah, this guy makes some really yummy looking meat. Damn.
Steak tacos in a snowstorm.
I love this video so much.
Gonna need a lot of fire starters today.
He's such a cool guy. I would love to grill with him.
Kuso's maple bourbon on there. We're gonna put a
Yeah, he's got Kuso's maple bourbon.
bunch of seasoning
I
on
think
here.
they're his seasonings. I'm not
Taste
sure.
that.
They share the same name as him.
Fire.
Kuso's all natural seasonings, maple bourbon. I mean, it would make sense that they're his. He is Chef Kuso.
Kuso's maple bourbon on there. We're gonna put a bunch of seasoning on here. Salt on there because I don't make my seasonings with fillers. I think this one might be
Yeah, they are his. They are.
too big for the grill. Really hanging off the edges. Something so primal about cooking big chunks of meat outside with a live fire going on in the snow. It's a vibe. Skirt steaks, you always want to go hot and fast. Oh yeah. I'm in awe of the skirt steak. First we cut with the grain, rotate it, cut against the grain. So stupidly tender and juicy. The bark, the juice, beautiful carne asada. Good girl. Yeah, good boy. Toast the tortillas. The tortillas, guacamole, and a dash of tequila lime habanero. Now we're going for that bite. Truly beautiful. Simple tacos are the best tacos. Let the meat do the talking. Dude, I might be concussed.
Is the taco good though?
Taco was fire.
I love this guy. He's so charismatic. Put him up for president. Grill the nation a giant skirt steak. Fuck. God, where are people like this when you need them, dude? Dude's just chilling. He reminds me of like people I used to watch when I was younger. He just seems so chill.
The secret to the restaurant style crust versus cast iron crust. 2 identical New York strip steaks. Layer of salt on there. So we're gonna leave this on for about 20 minutes. Pat it off one more time. Put it on these grates. Slide her in there. 1500 degrees. This is how restaurants do it across the country. The fancy steakhouses. Look at that crust. Now we take the steak, flip it over. Now hit the other side. Look at that flame just kissing the meat. A little overcooked for my liking, but that's because the grill took longer to get the crust I wanted. But that's just because it couldn't sear fast enough, so I'm kind of leaning toward cast iron. The cast iron, go in some beef tallow. Now we take our steak, do that fat cap for a second, now lay her down.
People were saying that the beef callow is what got it
Here's
to
the cast
win
iron
the,
one, which I'm definitely leaning towards.
They got it to
Beautifully
win the
cooked.
thing.
This one's cooked so much better. This is the cast iron. It doesn't get hotter, but it's directly touching the heat. Now let's do the taste test. Tastes good. It's a little cold outside. Cast iron wins by a long shot. And the crust was better. The crust is thicker, has more flavor in it. It was cooked way better because I got the crust faster. This is good news. All you need is a cast iron. Restaurant style crust. My favorite grade of steak, Australian Wagyu. Perfect combination of marbled like crazy, but also meaty. And we got a prime rib today. White truffle oil is the binder. First, we're going with that gravel. Next, going with the roasted garlic and onion. Lastly, we're going with that grass. We got our meter 2.0. Now we throw this bad boy on the smoker at 250 till it hits about 120 internal. Now we give it a hot and fast sear. Don't want to go too hard of a sear. That's the perfect amount. Goat cheese, red wine sauce, butter, sun-dried tomatoes. Cook all that down and infuse the flavors together. Red wine, chicken broth. We blended that all up. Now we go in with this goat cheese log, mix it in. It's prime ribs done. Cut into her. Oh, it's tender. Holy shit. See how we did? Oh my lord, bro. Feel like end pieces. There we go. Oh my gosh. Look at the marbling in there. Not squeezing it at all. Come in with that sun-dried tomato goat cheese sauce. What a beauty. Now let's take a bite. The crust, the sauce, the medium rare juice. Perfect prime rib. My favorite.
Oh my god, I would so eat beef again if he cooked me a steak. I would eat beef for this, man. I love
pulled
them.
pork. There's an entire pulled pork in there.
Look at
Pork
that.
butt. Mustard is the binder. We're using hot honey and dust. Now we throw it on the smoker at 250. Big pork butt, so we gotta do a lot. Separate the yolk. Mix it till it's in a paste like so. A little layer on the bottom. Look at the deep coloring on that pork. Oh my god. Salt crusted barbecue. Toss this back on. Green apples, coleslaw, lemon pepper, mayo, apple cider vinegar, hot sauce, and then mix it all up. Now we're cracking open that salt shell and just carefully remove it, scrape off any excess salt, and then look how easily that shreds apart. Oh my lord. Look how moist it is. That was all from cooking with its own fat. There was no liquid in there to baste. Now you just grab your slider buns, toss on some spicy barbecue mayo, pulled pork, Swiss cheese, put the top on, garlic, butter, baste that top, toast them in the oven until that cheese is melty. Some of you guys might say this is burnt. I disagree. The pulled pork was so good it didn't need anything at the end. It was just perfect. I will be doing this again. Salt baked pulled pork.
Dude, I want it. Any more from him?
In this series,
$5.
Yes. Yes.
$5, $50, $500. Let's see how beautiful ribeye cap. Dude, $5 steak, that's pretty legit. Tender as hell. Honestly, for $5, that is an insane deal. Crust on this one's beautiful. Pull it out. You can tell it's dry aged because it's got a little less moisture than normal. Barely any dry aged flavor at all. Definitely not worth $45 more than the last steak. Kobe beef, slice of a tri-tip. I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be just meat butter. So fatty. But my lord, is that flavor gonna be crazy. Watch how tender it is. Got a flavor that is uncomparable to really anything else. Worth $500 though? No. Best bang for your buck by far. Best steak by far. Biggest disappointment. $5.
God, dude, I want a steak.
Nothing
from
really.
this, man.
We're gonna try seasoning this steak with the crust.
45-day dirt. Hot honey. Money don't jiggle.
I can link this in the
45-day
description if you want it.
steak.
In the playlist.
We got a big old hunk of meat, an entire New York strip roast. Use some.
But you should check out his channel. Because I love these videos.
Big old hunk of meat, an entire New York strip roast. Use some bourbon as the binder. Cover that whole thing in Kuso's dirt. And then let it sit in the dryer 45 days. Look at that marbling. Now we go ahead and trim off all that exterior meat. There's not much use for that. That's why dry aging is so expensive. But it does make the meat that much more tender and have that much more umami deep flavor. Go ahead and score it into a nice pattern and then season it up with Kuso's lemon pepper and Kuso's grass. And smoke it until you hit about 120 internal. Then give it a nice sear on all sides. Let it rest for 30 minutes so you don't lose any juice. Oh yeah. Wow. That's just some glorious meat. Truffle mayo, arugula, tomatoes, steak, another piece of steak, caramelized onions, Havarti cheese, melt it down, balsamic glaze on top of that, and you're left with a hell of a steak sandwich right there. So excited. Wow. 45-day.
Damn. I don't even have much to say about that other than just I love those videos. I love watching steak videos. Let me look up his seasonings, dude. Kuso Cuts, is that his website. It looks like it. Yo, he has a cowboy butter seasoning. He's got rubs. He's got seasoning. Oh my god. Man, look at this. Is awesome. What the hell? $33. Like, if you get multiple, $11 each. Oh, you have to get them in packs of 3. Or no, you don't. I think you can just get one at a time. I think it means like it's up to $30 if you get the 3-pack. Dude, look at that. Cowboy butter seasoning, maple bourbon, gravel, hot honey, spicy garlic buffalo, Southwest sand, tequila line habanero, grass, lemon pepper, roasted garlic and onion, dust. Oh man. A gift box, a variety pack. I would honestly get the variety pack if I was like a big griller. Let me save this guy's website. This guy's website's awesome. Man, look at that. Damn. I love this. Sauces? They have sauce? Mud and lava. Wow. Knives. They sell knives. Ooh. Love that. This is like an unintentional ad for this guy. Nice little cutting board. This guy's legit, dude. Damn, this guy's like a big meat guy. Oh, man. I love it. I love this guy's channel. And I love his stuff. Anyways, here's your fun fact of the episode. Now, remember when I announced I was going to start doing these? These are Omega Autistic fun facts. And I wasn't lying. This one is like, you have to be like deep in the pocket to even know about this. We're going to talk about the interstate highway system in the United States. In the interstate highway system, there is an I, a dash, and then a number. Those numbers actually mean something. I don't know if you've ever paid attention, but you'll notice that, a lot of the same numbers are in my region, and when I go to a different area of the country, the numbers are completely different. Well, there is a reason for that. So, before the interstate highway system, there was a state highway system. And like a national like highway type of thing, where they were like these local roads that were turned into official routes of like highway. And they're not like the interstate system really, but they were numbered in a similar way. I will tell you the numbering system for the interstate system. The old national highway system is inverted. So just remember that. So the interstate highways are numbered in a really specific way. North and southbound interstates are numbered odd numbers, and they go from west to east. So like there's I-5 on the west end of the country, there's I-95 on the east end of the country. There is also west and eastbound highways, and they are numbered south to north. So there's like I-10 on the bottom of the country and I-90 on the top. In Georgia, we have I-85, I-75, I-20, I-16. But then there's also you might notice there's also the 3-number highways. Well, what do you do with those? Like in Florida, there's I-275. In Georgia, there's I-285, which is the perimeter highway that goes around Atlanta. Those highways are numbered a specific way as well. So the first number in the 3-digit, if it's even, it means it reconnects to the highway it branches off of at some point down the line. If it's odd, it means it branches out and doesn't ever reconnect. Obviously, there are exceptions to this rule. Like I-285 loops around and reconnects to 85. I-285 branches off of 75, goes through Tampa, goes through St. Petersburg, all those places, and then reconnects to 75 later on down the line. creating sort of like a scenic route. I've taken that route before. The cheeseburger I was talking about earlier, that was the route that we took to get to Fort Myers in the first place. And then there's examples like, I think there's an I-185 in South Georgia where it branches off into like Columbus and places like that. Or not Columbus. I think it branches off into like Pine Mountain and stuff like that. But then it ends eventually. It just turns into a normal road after a while, I think. And then there's, I'm sure there's other examples that I'm not thinking of at the moment. But that is what the interstate highway is. That's how it's numbered. That's how you know where you're going. So if you see signs for interstate highway numbers, you can keep that in mind. There's obviously exceptions to this rule. Funny enough, I think I-85 is like farther west than I-75 on certain ends. And that highway is built weird anyways. But yeah, that's your fun fact for the episode. Hope you enjoyed. This episode is a pretty long one this time. But we had a lot. We had a lot to talk about. I went from having nothing for this episode to having a full page and a half of stuff to talk about. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We're on streaming platforms like Spotify and Apple Podcasts and YouTube Music and Deezer and Amazon Music and your Samsung fridge. We're also on Patreon if you want to support. And yeah, I do bonus episodes occasionally. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back on Friday with a new episode somehow. All right. Have a good day. Bye-bye.